I fear I have mistaken my direction, to turn from childhood and become a man, to don this heavy cloak of massed experience. I let the river fool me, I let the river fool me. You should have questioned where it ran. When the phantom scenes of memory enchant me, the lights of childhood shine before the dark, like crystal stills before a fiery altar. Consume the remnants of the child, consume the remnants of the child, and the years all left their mark. But I'm not complaining, yeah, I know it must be so, for how else could I know the sane and crazy? I'm not escaping, yes, I know I can't go back, and it's not some helpless child I wanna be. Somewhere on the razor's edge, suspended at the highest ledge, between the devil and the saint in me. As I look upon this world as I grow older, I find my eyes hard-pressed to see the new, and I wonder if this makes my time run faster, because I'm living in my mind, because I'm seeing through my mind. I cannot touch the truth, but I'm not complaining, yeah, I know it must be so, for how else could I know what's sane or crazy? I'm not escaping, hell, I know I can't go back, and it's not some helpless child I wanna be. But somewhere on the razor's edge, suspended from the highest ledge, between the devil and the saint in me. Well, I fear I have mistaken my direction, to turn from childhood and become a man, to don this heavy cloak of massed experience. I let the river fool me, I let the river fool me, I let it fool me. You should have questioned where it rained.
Welcome to A Question of Meaning with Arthur and Katie. And we just did that song a different way than we ever have, so if it seemed a little weird at times.
Hey, don't apologize for that music. Don't apologize for anything.
That's right.
You know, their second book that we're in the midst of writing is called We Are All Innocent by Reason of Insanity, in which we tend to argue that the insanity defense is always appropriate. And we'll say more about that on an upcoming show.
Yeah, we thought we would just kind of address the insanity of life in general, actually, in this show.
I thought it was about life in general. We weren't going to talk about the insanity of it, surely.
No, not insanity in particular, but I meant just kind of how difficult life is and how much, just struggling with being alive and what it means.
I don't think most people think that. I don't think most people think that at all. I thought I was happy until I did my first acid trip. Uh-huh. And I discovered, because I'd actually experienced real happiness for a few hours, I realized how wretchedly miserable I was. And it was obvious to a day-old Down syndrome case that and my life was unhappy. I was living with a complete psycho, jealous, petty, nattering, psycho, and an unhappy marriage, to put it mildly, 7 years of being buried alive. And I actually thought I was happy, Oh, sure, life, Everybody
Yeah,
has
but
problems.
I don't know. I've always thought of myself as a happy person, but I always knew at the same time that I had some real problems dealing with life and dealing with relationships and dealing with, having friends and feeling comfortable with myself, that I felt I was abnormal.
Well, I didn't say, I said most people. I didn't say you. You're a freak.
But I know that's not true. I think most everyone does struggle with the fear that they are abnormal.
Let's see, what would be a perfect cliche? Oh, everybody has problems. I mean, no life is trouble-free. Into every life, a little rain must fall.
I think you are
But
being.
it's not going to rain forever. Randy Newman.
I think you are, really buying people's acts that they put on to cover their insecurities in the world. I think the truth is, when you get people alone late at night, or the period of time when we all are alone with ourselves, I don't think people. I think when people are honest, they will tell you, no, I also feel abnormal. I also feel inadequate. I also feel like there's something wrong with me at the core. Because that's part of. Like what you just said in that song, "Childhood Gone." I feel like I've, mistaken my direction. What did I, what did I leave behind? So what in that song, "Childhood Gone"? What did you mean by that? Mistaken my direction.
Albert Einstein said, "Those who have lost the sense of wonder and awe, the ability to feel awe at the universe, at life, are as good as dead." Mm-hmm. And I think it's not exactly, but it's very much what, the carpenter was talking about, what Jesus was talking about when he said, "Become as a little child again." Mm-hmm. And that is because in a child, there's the absence of the pretension of knowing, of really thinking you got it all figured out. When you're a child, you don't have it figured out. And time goes slow. We actually, think that the reason that a summer vacation when you were a young kid used to last for a geological age. And now it's like a summer's on a blink of an eye, it's gone. You know why? Because you're not experiencing it anymore. You've seen it. I've been there, done that. Don't have to give it my full attention. It's like, I don't want to get too far afield, but I think that's what we miss is the sense of wonder and openness and genuine curiosity. And we're not encumbered by the hilarious presumption that we know our ass from our elbow, basically.
Well, I don't think that's too far afield. I think that really is, for me, one of the main points that you make in that song is I find my eyes hard pressed to see the new, is the line. And the truth is that every moment of now is a completely new moment. Everything has changed.
That's right.
And yet we go through our days acting like it's exactly the same. I wake up at the same time. When we take a shower, we wash our bodies in the same way. You get ruts in how you dry your toes.
Same leg to the trousers.
Right, that's right. We have the same breakfast. We drive the same route to work. We do the same job. We come home to the same family. I mean, it looks like everything is exactly the same.
I love you.
That's
I
right.
love you.
I think we covered it. That's right. And